Please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Clerk will call the roll on the members.
Councilor Zabit,
Present.
Councilor Garcia,
Present.
Councilor Taylor. Here. Councilor Recupero. Councilor Robertson. Here. Councilor Brown. Here. Councilor Vido.
Present.
Councilor Maldonado.
Here.
Councilor Rodriguez. Councilor Avellaneda.
Here.
And Councilor Lopez.
Here.
10 members present.
You have a quorum. Okay. At this moment, we'll go to public speaking. If there's anybody in the audience who would like to speak and address the City Council, please step to the microphone, announce your name and address. Seeing none, we'll now move on to the approval of the minutes. Is there a motion? Councilor Garcia moves to adopt under suspension.
Communications from the city manager. We have a copy of a communication. Request for approval of union contract with the United States, with the United Steelworkers Local 9427. Dear councilors, pursuant to Section 4-31 of the Chelsea City Charter, I am writing to request City Council approval for the cost items of the new collective bargaining agreement negotiated with United Steelworkers Local 9427 for the period July 1, 2019 through June 30th, 2022. A copy of the memorandum of agreement is attached. The memorandum of agreement outlines the changes to the contract terms. The most significant from the city's perspective is the change outlined in paragraph 6C, which now limits the accumulation of compensatory time, a key desire of the city. The major cost items of this particular agreement are the annual raises in the following amounts: FY20 2.75, FY21 3%, FY22 3% on July 1, 2021, and 0.25% on January 1, 2022. The total cost of all wage increases over 3 years of the contract is approximately $335,402. I respectfully ask that the City Council approve the cost items of this contract as well as a transfer from the salary reserve account in the total amount of $96,946 to accommodate the FY20 costs. Copies of the proposed orders to effectuate this transfer are attached.
Chair recognizes Councilor Robinson.
The next meeting, there were some questions that came up in conference, and this way we'll have a chance to hold another conference and answer some of the questions that were raised tonight. So if you look at on the agenda, first we're going to accept and file a communication, and then on the agenda B and C, that we would move those to the next meeting,
So
if there's no objection.
Next meeting?
Yes, if there's no objection.
Seeing none.
We have a communication from President Avellaneda regarding the creation of a special subcommittee for the hiring of the administrative assistant position.
Is there a motion?
Under suspension?
Seeing none.
We'll move on to second readings. First item under second readings are appointments to boards and commissions. For appointments to the Chelsea Scholarship Committee, Mary Burke, 95 Sagamore Ave, Chelsea, to serve the remainder of the term of Grace Molina, who has resigned. The term expires on May 20th, 2022. For appointment to the Planning Board, Ms. Charlene McLean, 100 Broadway, number 3, to serve the remainder of the term of Councilor Todd Taylor. Term expires on October 6, 2020. For appointment to the Chelsea Housing Authority as the tenant representative recommended by a project-wide federal tenants organization in accordance with the Massachusetts General Law, Chapter 121B and 5 and federal laws, Ms. Bezeda Azredo, 1 Parkway Court Apartment 1, Chelsea, for a 5-year term expiring in 2025. I respectfully request your approval of these appointments.
Chair recognizes Councilor Garcia.
Motion to roll call?
Okay, we have a motion to adopt on a roll call vote. Is there anyone who would like to speak? Seeing none, the clerk will call the roll.
Councilor Zabit?
Yes.
Councilor Garcia?
Yes.
Councilor Taylor? Councilor Ray Cooperrow? Councilor Robinson?
Yes.
Councilor Brown?
Yes.
Councilor Vido?
Yes.
Councilor Maldonado?
Yes.
Councilor Rodriguez, absent. Councilor Avellaneda?
Yes.
Councilor Lopez?
Yes.
10 in favor, none opposed, 1 absent.
Congratulations, Vincent.
Congratulations.
Items under second readings. Order that pursuant to Section 4.3 of the Chelsea City Charter, Chelsea City Council approved the cost items set forth in the collective bargaining agreement negotiated with Teamsters Local 25 for the DPW, memorialized in the memorandum of agreement for fiscal years 2020 to 2022, dated October 30th.
That's moved to our second reading.
These are second readings.
Both, this one
B
and
and
the
C.
following are going, B and C are going to second readings.
No, these are second readings. You're going to lay them on the
I'm sorry,
table?
we're going to lay them on the table because they are second readings. We're laying them on the table until the, correct. Just for the public to be aware, there were a couple of orders regarding collective bargaining agreements that were going to be voted upon tonight. However, we had a meeting in committee on conference, and unfortunately, we ran over on one particular issue or topic and did not get a chance to go over this. So to give the city manager and the city council time to come back and actually have this vetted, we're moving it for one more session.
Okay, I'm going to read the original order on this, and then you want to introduce the amended version. This is second reading, introduced by Councilor Roberts, and ordered that the Chelsea City Council authorize the appropriation of $1,500,000 from the General Stabilization Account 7020 to the Affordable Housing Trust Fund Account 7026, provided that such funds shall only be used to support affordable home ownership initiatives. And now you want to offer this as the
I'm
amended.
going to offer the amendment that we agreed on.
You want me to read the whole?
Read the whole.
You want to read it?
Yes.
The amended order reads that the Chelsea City Council authorize the appropriation of $1,500,000 from the General Stabilization Account number 7020 to the Affordable Housing Trust Fund Account number 7026, provided that such funds shall only be used by the Affordable Housing Trust Fund Board to support a grant program for first-time home buyers who are Chelsea residents with household income at no greater than 100% of the area median income, and provided further that the board shall report annually to the city council on details of all grants.
Roll call on the amended version.
On the amended version.
Is there anyone who would like to speak on the amendment? Councilor Vido.
Chair, I just have a question. I know we just had a subcommittee meeting on this, but I do have a question as far as, does this apply to multifamily homes or how that?
This could be used for the first-time home buyer program. The funds can be used for any home up in such categories: a single-family, a two-family, a condo, or a three-family. Anything beyond that is considered commercial.
Okay, I'd like to speak on it now if you don't.
If Chair recognizes Councilor Vido.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. So we just had a subcommittee meeting on this. The city manager is asking to put $1.5 million into the Affordable Housing Trust Fund Board to try to help people who want to purchase in Chelsea but they can't afford it. As we all know, the prices of homes in Chelsea is almost impossible for anybody to try to buy a home. So this would be for people that make probably somewhere around 65% of the AMI The area median income right now is about $113,000, is that correct? And so this is for people who would need some support. So hopefully, the idea is that the Affordable Housing Trust Fund will take some of the money that we're allocating to the board to be able to buy down some mortgages to hopefully allow more opportunities for people who fall within that range that just need a little crutch, so that they can become homeowners in the city of Chelsea. So we had a really robust conversation in subcommittee and conference talking about this. I think I would be supporting it. I think it's an awesome opportunity for us to try to support homeownership in the city of Chelsea, especially those that wouldn't normally be able to afford it.
Anyone else?
Roll call.
Roll call.
Councilor Zabit?
Yes.
Councilor Garcia?
Yes.
Councilor Taylor?
Yes.
Councilor Recupero? Councilor Robinson?
Yes.
Councilor Brown?
Yes.
Councilor Vido?
Yes.
Councilor Maldonado?
Yes.
Councilor Rodriguez absent. Councilor Avellaneda?
Yes.
Councilor Lopez?
Yes.
10 in favor, none opposed, 1 absent. The amended version carries. The motion is adopted. We have now your final second reading, the City of Chelsea allocation of property disposition proceeds to redeem outstanding urban renewal bonds and fund school projects and City Hall Tower.
Just read the amounts, the net amounts, and what the amount will be.
Okay, the aggregate amount will be $7,135,077, and the appropriations are $3,030,806 to pay the principal amount, interest, and redemption premium, urban renewal bonds, $556,000 to pay on June 1st, 2020, $1,100,000 on the new City Hall Tower Capital Improvement Project account, $2,448,271 on the funds in the sale of land account to the School Capital Building Fund Stabilization account.
The chair recognizes Councilor Robinson.
Roll call on the adoption.
Would anyone want to speak on this? Seeing none, clerk will call the roll.
Councilor Zabit?
Yes.
Councilor Garcia?
Yes.
Councilor Taylor?
Yes.
Councilor Recupero? Councilor Robinson?
Yes.
Councilor Brown?
Yes.
Councilor Vido?
Yes.
Councilor Maldonado?
Yes.
Councilor Rodriguez absent. Councilor Avellaneda?
Yes.
Councilor Lopez?
Yes.
10 in favor, none opposed, 1 absent. The motion is adopted. That's second readings, Mr. Chairman.
Okay, moving on to new business.
Under new business, first order introduced by Councilor Robinson. Order that pursuant to Section 4-31 of the Chelsea City Charter, the Chelsea City Council approved the cost items set forth in the collective bargaining agreement negotiated with USWA Local 9427, memorialized in the memorandum of agreement for fiscal years 2020 to 2022, dated November 1, 2019.
Seeing none?
The next item, introduced by Councilor Robinson, order that to fund the collective bargaining agreement negotiated with the USWA Local 9427 for fiscal years 2020. The Chelsea City Council authorizes the transfer of $96,946 from the salary reserve account to the FY 2020 regular salaries account to fund the FY 2020 contract wage increases. Such payments in the allocations are listed.
Second reading. If there are no objections.
Seeing none?
Next order introduced by Councilor Robinson, requested a subcommittee and conference be held to discuss the expansion of Chelsea Community Schools into an arts and recreation department.
Adopt this unanimously under suspension.
Any objection?
Is it okay if we move this to the subcommittee of public health, that the department that oversees the recreation? Huh? Okay.
Okay.
It's not that serious. We can just send it to conference.
The next order introduced by Councilor Recupero, request that the city manager look into providing $300,000 in free cash funds to the General Housing Rehabilitation Program, provided that such a program be available for all homeowners in any area of Chelsea, provided that eligible households shall earn no more than 100% of area median income, which for a household of 4 is $113,300.
The chair recognizes Councilor Recupero.
Suspension, if there's no objections.
Seeing none. Would you like to speak on it? No. Okay.
Next order introduced by Councilor Avellaneda. Order that Chapter 34, Article 2, zoning district, Section 3429, and accompanying zoning map be amended by changing the zoning district of following parcels on Washington Street to retail businesses to BR2.
The Planning Department and schedule a public hearing on this matter under suspension if there's no objections.
Yes, Councilor Vido. Through the, if there's no objection, I can speak from the chair.
Would you mind stepping down and speak from the chair?
Councilor Garcia.
I would explain it.
This is another area of the city of Chelsea that was brought to my attention regarding areas that are retail but are in the R2 zone, unlike the neighborhood business zones. If anyone is familiar with this block area, basically Washington Avenue from Hurd Street to Blossom, you have a row of retail commercial use. There was a church on a corner, there was a barber shop, there is a laundromat, there is a convenience store, on the restaurant, all located there. However, they're not in the neighborhood retail zone, except it's in an R2. The mistake here is that if any of those places were emptied and someone would try to occupy that spot again using the same use, they would have difficulty in doing so because it's not zoned right. So we're looking to correct this area by implementing a change, giving it the same zone that is in the upper Washington area where you see the Dunkin' Donuts, that is a neighborhood zone. Neighborhood zone is also in the Cary Square area, is also in on the end of Central Ave around Shirtliff School. It basically allows the existing current retail without all of the special permits that would be required in zoning. So this will go to planning. The planning board would then make its recommendation on the change in the zoning, and then it would come up here, and we'll have a special, a public hearing on it, and then a vote. Thank you.
Thanks for that. Chair recognizes Calvin T. Brown, Councilor.
Thank you, Madam Vice President. I like the idea, but I want to be fair to the residents and also the owners of these properties. As the councilor just stated, each and every one of these numbers here represent existing home property owners. I ask that the city and the planning department send out a letter to these folks to make sure they're aware of what our intentions are and also what we're trying to do there. So I want to make sure that they get that letter. So I appreciate if the city manager and Alex down in our planning division department would make sure they get that letter. Thank you.
Any other comments, questions? Great. Next order of business. Oh, sorry. Yes, I agree.
Discussing?
Anyone else discussing? No? Okay, so that's,
No, you're sending this to the planning board under suspension to schedule a public hearing.
okay, so we made a motion to send this to the planning board.
We'll now move on to public announcements, if there's any. Councilor Vido.
Chairman, just a couple of announcements. I know we zoomed through this earlier, but I just, three things. Our council president made a subcommittee to do the hiring for the new administrative assistant for the city council. And so I'm happy to be on it, along with Councilor Robinson Taylor and President Avellaneda, as well as our council clerk as an advisory member. Secondly, I just want to make sure that I just say goodbye to Ledia Cocho. Again, this is her last city council meeting. She will be leaving us and moving on to the Chelsea Police Department. She has done an amazing job here. She is the glue that keeps us together. And so I'm looking forward to working with the new person, but I'd be lying if I said that she wouldn't be missed. And lastly, I just want to wish a lot of luck to the Chelsea High basketball team, who's actually having a game right now. They're having a playoff game, so if nobody, we ended early. There is absolutely no excuse for people to go over there and support our young people. They're having a playoff game. It's been a fun season, and so we should go and support our young people. Thank you.
Any other announcements? If not, oh, Councilor Lopez.
Yes, I just want to say to the Chelsea residents that I've been getting complaints about using the trash barrels. Some people don't want to use the trash barrel that the city gave. We gave a chance to the homeowners and the tenants to start using the trash barrels on January 2nd. Some people are still using the old barrels, and the city is going to start giving tickets if they don't start using the city barrels. The city spent a lot of money on these trash barrels, and it's time to use it. Also, plastic bags. Plastic bag when on December 17 was the date that it was the ban for, but we gave another chance to use it till the 1st of January. And it's time for us to start what we have to do. Plastic bags is really bad for the environment, and please start using your trash barrels. Use your orange bags also if you don't want to use the city barrels. But you got trash barrels, use it, please. Thank you.
Councilor Garcia.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I'll be brief. I want to remind all Chelsea residents that early voting started today. So for everyone out there, there is a primary, there is a presidential primary going on right now. So early voting begins as of today, February 24th, through Friday, February 28th. So if you live in the city of Chelsea and you're watching this, which I would hope so because that's why you are here, Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, you can vote from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m., Tuesday from 8 a.m. to 7 p.m., and Friday from 8 to noon time, which is basically the hours that City Hall is open. You can actually head over to, and let me pull this up because I want to make sure that we all know where we're heading. When you go vote, you go to the Department of Elections, or you can call 617-466-4050. So we encourage you to be an early voter if you find it that you'll have a difficult time voting on Election Day. And second, I also want to say that Lydia, you have been incredible. Thank you so much for everything that you've done for us, for accommodating all of us, and the next person is going to have big shoes to fill because you have been absolutely incredible. Like my colleague said, you have been the person and the foundation and the glue that sticks us together. So thank you so much for everything, and good luck to all the candidates who are applying for the role.
Councilor Brown.
I just want to follow up on Councilor Garcia's remarks. Also, next Tuesday is actually the voting day, so if you don't go out or come to City Hall and vote early, you can actually go out and exercise your right to vote on next Tuesday. So please exercise your right to vote. This is a presidential primary. There'll be a bunch of candidates on the ballot, and the only way that you can support them is being registered and going out and vote for them. And also I want to congratulate our assistant here for all the hard work that you've done here. You've earned another opportunity. I want to wish you well in your next tour of working with the City of Chelsea. Thank you for your dedication to all the members of the City Council. You've been fair and non-partial, and, I wish you all the best in your next one. Thank you.
Councilor Recupero.
My announcement is a simple one. Right now, they're doing construction work on District 6, and I don't know what other districts. So the garbage men are picking up the trash before 7 o'clock, because at 7 o'clock, the machines come in, and then they can't pick up the trash. So if anybody, make sure that you put your trash out before 6 o'clock in the morning. So put it out the night before, because they're coming in at an earlier time, because if they don't, they can't pick up the trash. They go in the afternoon, because that happened this morning. In my district, it happened, they picked it up at 6:30. And there was people that couldn't put their trash out. Some of them put their trash before they go to work, and they didn't get it picked up. So if that's going to be next week, try to put it out before 6 o'clock in the morning, because they come around and pick it up because of the construction.
I'd like to make a couple announcements. One, the deadline for any Chelsea resident who is interested in serving on a charter committee is this Friday. So the cutoff for any interested residents to serve on the Charter Review Committee is this Friday. I'm also aware that this Saturday at the Chelsea Library, the Democratic Party of Chelsea will be holding this caucuses, so wanted to make sure they're aware the different wards are meeting. And lastly, just a health issue. We are aware, of course, that the corona flu virus is running rampant, and it's making headlines. Just want to remind our residents and those viewers at home to make sure you're taking precautions, washing your hands, and if you feel you may be coming home with something, to please see your doctor. Anything else? No? Okay, thank you. I'm sorry, moment of silence.
Who funeral was yesterday. For those of us who know Gloria Glazer, she passed away, and her service will be tomorrow at 2 p.m. at Temple Emmanuel.
Also for Edward Lewinsky, he passed away, former worker here in the city of Chelsea. Our city solicitor father passed away last Sunday, Cheryl Watson. Her dad passed away, so we want to wish that family our condolence and our concerns.